Hey up and welcome back to Matt's Mindful Meals. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. If not, stick around because hopefully you'll see more days like today, because today is spectacular. Just check this out. So I'm here on the Moray Firth coast and I'm going to cook crispy chicken burgers with loads of chilli in them. But before that, I've got to get the tent set up. So I need to get down there. So I'll see you soon. Ta-ra! Well, you never guess what, forgot my tripod. So we'll see how we go. I'll see if I can put it on one of my bags. You never know, but I'm going to set my tent up now. Ta-ra! Anyway, that's the tent set up. Time to do the insides, so I'll catch you in a minute. About to pop inside because the rain cloud's coming through. But yeah, look at the view I'm going to have in the morning. Not too shabby. So here we are on a Moray Firth without a tripod. So I'll talk you through what we're going to have today. We're going to be using the Firebox Scout, which is there. Now we're going to use it in the gas setup. So I'm going to be using my Firebox fry pan and the cowboy plate for a bit later on. So the ingredients we've got. So we're going to start off with a chicken breast. Then we've got some flour, some salad for garnish. And behind that, we've got some mayonnaise. We need an egg, breadcrumbs, and obviously for my liking, we've got to have some piri piri, some chilli, and the onions also for the garnish for the salad afterwards. Then you're going to need some vegetable oil. And because we're handling raw chicken and we can't go and wash our hands every 2 minutes, I've got some antibacterial surface wipes which are going to help us out tremendously. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is prepare the chicken. So I'll prepare the chicken and then I'll bring you back and show you what that's like. So hopefully you can see that I've scored across the top in 2 directions. I've done that on the top and the bottom, so hopefully the flavouring can come in. Now I don't know if you can remember, when you first saw that, it came in a plastic bag, which is here. Now we're going to need that because we're going to try and keep our hands as clean and tidy as we can. So I'm going to start putting some piri piri and chili and some flour into this bag, and then we're going to coat the chicken with it. So I've put the piri piri and some chili powder, sorry, quite a lot of this into there. So just mix that through your flour. Until it's quite nicely put through the flour, and then add the chicken. And now just mix this around in the bag and make sure it gets all into all of the nooks and crannies, and then we'll start putting the breadcrumbs on. So there you go, you can see the chicken's now coated nicely in the flour with quite a lot of the piri piri and the chili in there, and it smells great, to be honest. So the next thing I want to do is get the breadcrumbs, which are over here, bound to it with the egg. But before that, I need to start getting the oil on to get it warmed through. So I'll catch you in a second. Right, no pressure. I'm going to try for a one-handed egg crack. It's already broke when it's on its way here, so we'll see how it goes. It's left-handed as well, hang on. There's a big piece there. Not too bad. Tell you what though, sorry about the camera angle, if you need to get eggshell out of something, I definitely know, for me anyway, it's normally easier if you get it out with another piece of eggshell. Anyway, so what I've got to do with this is you'll need to whisk it up slightly. So this egg wash is going to coat the chicken, which is over here. So if you look at it, it's all covered in the spices and the flour. So I want to get this into there, and in the bag that I've already used with the flour and the spices, and to bring the chicken here, so I'm only using one bag, we've got the breadcrumbs. So chicken into the egg. Let's get it coated. That's all good. Now, need to try and get it into this bag. And then shake it up until the breadcrumbs are on. So I'll need to do this with two hands. So I'll catch you in a sec. So as you can see, I'm cooking using my Firebox Scout tonight with the Trangia gas adapter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the oil on now. But what I've done with the frying pan, I'll pop the frying pan on, but the amount of oil I've put in, it's about a centimetre, maybe a centimetre and a half in there. You don't want too much more at all. Otherwise, when you put something in, there's a chance it could go over the top. The chicken's now sitting in the breadcrumbs, so I'll soon get to put it in the oil. And that view's not bad, is it? So to test to see where the oil's ready, drop some breadcrumbs in. It started to bubble, but I don't think we're quite ready yet. So here goes. You don't want to cook it too fast and too hard, otherwise it'll be horrible and dry and it'll go too dark. But as I say, that's not a bad kitchen window, is it? It's time to magically chop up the salad. So the salad's chopped up, the chili's chopped up to maybe some chili mayonnaise, even though it's probably going to be spicy enough. The chicken is just finished. So important thing with this, with it being fried in breadcrumbs, we need to get it drain off on some kitchen towel. So I've just taken it out of the oil and put it onto some kitchen towel. So I'll give it a couple of minutes in the kitchen towel just to try and get any of the excess oil off. So we're now ready to make up the burger, and I definitely can't do that one-handed, so I'll bring you back when I've got it made up. But it's looking really good, isn't it? So we're done. Matt's crispy chili chicken burger. I'm quite impressed. Anyway, I'll chat to you when I've eaten it. Well, what can I say? The burger was much better than I was expecting. Really crispy, and the spice is real. I nailed them. So yeah, I think big tip though is cutting it into those chunks helps it cook a lot quicker, and you get a lot more flavour into the chicken. And instead of it just being the outside that's crispy, the whole thing was really, so every bite you had was crunchy. So yeah, that's definitely one for the bank, and I'm going to be doing it again. Anyway, it's time to get all of this mess all tidied up, and I'll catch you a little bit later. Ta-ra. Where's that lovely weather gone? The view's still great, but if you're anything like me and a lot of the other people who watch videos like this, that sound that you can hear coming from the top of your tent is really reassuring. Anyway, I think that's the end of the outdoor activities for tonight. So I might get an early one. Anyway, chat to you soon. Well, tent's all zipped up now because the rain's just coming in and it's getting too wet inside. So can't watch the tide coming in anymore. Anyway, the weather's not going to get much better. So I might as well get my head down. So it's time to get changed. I'll see you all in the morning and probably make some bacon. Anyway, chat to you tomorrow. Ta-ra. Well, good morning. So it rained all night till around about 4 this morning, which is really cool because I get to sleep in it quite easily. But I've just checked the weather forecast for this morning, and there's a big squall coming through where the winds are going to get up to about 32 to 35 knots. So if you look behind me, you can actually see the fishing boat. He's come out to catch his lobster pots because the sea's going to get up quite quickly. So first priority really is to get the tent down and put that away, and then figure out what we're doing for breakfast. I'm going to try and talk Dave into getting to one of the local cafes when I drop him off on his way home. Anyway, I'll chat to you soon. Got to get this tent down. Ta-ra. You might be able to hear the wind picking up now, but you can see all the cloud formations forming up over on the Black Isle and over towards the west coast. They're going to come barreling through here. Those ones you can see there are lenticular clouds. all in little layers. But yeah, looking over there towards Cromarty Firth, and over there to Dornoch Firth and Bewley, and then all the way up the top towards Wick and John O'Groats is just the other side of that lot. Anyway, as I said, I've really got to get this tent down. Oh yeah, so I thought I'd give you all a bit of an update on how the recovery from long COVID or COVID fatigue syndrome is coming along. Well, to be honest, when I went to Stamford Hall, I was in pieces. And before that, to be honest, I'd probably say the worst I ever got was New Year's Day, when I collapsed and couldn't stand up because I just couldn't breathe. And the sheer look of fright in my wife's eyes was awful. Anyway, so to cut a long story short, I eventually got myself to Stamford Hall, the military rehab place, after another bout of COVID. And that worked wonders for my head, but not so much for my body at first. But within a few weeks of getting out of there, my breathing really improved, and I would say now we're probably about 70 to 80% back to normal. But over the last 2 weeks, I have noticed a big difference in the way I feel tired. So from when I came out of there, I was sleeping anywhere between 12 hours in one go and then having 4 or 5 hours sleep during the day. The worst day, I actually had 15 hours sleep in one go and then 3 hours during the day. So if you add that up, you're only awake for about 6 or 7 hours a day. So that's when I said to you, I thought I was sleeping my life away. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I went to see my ERI specialist, a guy called Ross. And I was chatting to him and I said, I don't actually feel as tired. But I looked at my sheets and it still said I was sleeping just the same, but I just didn't feel as tired. But anyway, so over the last 2 weeks, when the tired feeling has come on, I've been trying to fight it, and I've had some success. And to be honest, last week I'm more or less back to a normal sleeping pattern. I only had to have 2 snoozes during the day, and both of those were only for say 30 minutes. I've now set in my alarm so that when I do go to sleep, it wakes me up so that I don't like waste loads and loads of time. But the biggest milestone I've managed this week is I've managed to actually do a 20-mile bike ride. Now, those who know me know that I used to race bikes, and I used to think nothing of getting on a bike 50, 80, even 100 miles a day sometimes. It was just my thing. So to actually get on my bike and pedal 20 miles, now it's hard and nowhere near as fast as I used to go. Literally the first time I went on it, I think I averaged like 11 miles an hour, which is, it's an achievement, but I've still got a long way to go. So yeah, things are definitely looking up, and soon, fingers crossed, I'll get signed back off to work full time. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You'll see my little logo, which will allow you to subscribe so you can see more of this. And I promise I'll bring the tripod next time. But anyway, there's probably another link for a video somewhere. I'm not sure which side it'll be. But anyway, have a look at that and take care of yourselves. Keep smiling. Ta-ra.